Demio's awakening was instant and jarring. The familiar streets of Winnipeg were gone, replaced by a dense, otherworldly forest. The towering trees breathed, their silver-dark trunks shifting like restless shadows. Tendrils, thick as skeletal fingers, slithered down from the branches, coiling around his arms and tightening with each frantic struggle. A surge of panic shot through him. His fists swung wildly, but the vines only constricted further. A voice broke through the chaos. "Need some help?" Before Demio could react, something small and fast darted from the underbrush. A familiar figure bounding toward him. Ruby! Only she wasn't the stuffed dog he had left behind. She was alive. Her tail wagged as she leaped onto the tendrils, her tiny teeth snapping at them playfully. "Come on, no time to waste," she chirped. Demio's breath hitched. You can talk?" "We can discuss that later." Ruby zipped through the vines, weaving between them so fast that they twisted into knots before recoiling. Demio broke free, gasping for breath. His heart was still racing when he heard another voice. Sarah's. The Awakening of the Bear. A few feet away, Sarah snapped out of her meditation, only to find herself under attack. The very trees turned against her, their branches lashing out like living ropes. A deep, resonant voice rumbled through the forest. "Leave this place." The ground quivered beneath them, the trees groaning and twisting, their voices melding into a chorus of warning and rage. Sarah gritted her teeth. Not today. She took a deep breath, and the air around her shimmered, a sudden crackling energy exploding outward. In an instant, her form shifted. A massive grizzly bear stood in her place. The beast reared up on its hind legs and let out a roar so powerful that the very forest trembled. Demio could only stare in awe as Sarah tore through the branches as if they were paper. The trees shuddered and recoiled, their eerie voices turning to hissing whispers. Then, as quickly as she had transformed, Sarah shifted back, panting but triumphant. How did you—" "No time," she interrupted, grabbing his arm. "Let's go." With Ruby leading the way, they ran, the enchanted forest shifting around them as though it were watching, waiting. The symbols and the spirits. When they finally stopped to catch their breath, the surreal beauty of the forest unfolded before them. Silver-dark trees with crystalline leaves towered overhead, their glow casting shifting light patterns on the ground. Melodic whispers echoed through the canopy, while luminescent birds flitted through the underbrush. Nearby, deer with glowing antlers grazed, their movements graceful, almost spectral. Sarah touched one of the glowing trees, her eyes wide. "Where are we?" Demio exhaled, scanning their surroundings. "I was hoping you'd know." He turned to Ruby. "Any ideas?" Ruby's expression turned playful. "You're exactly where you need to be." Demio raised an eyebrow, but Sarah nodded thoughtfully. "I think she's right. I feel like we're meant to be here." Then Demio noticed something. Symbols carved into a nearby tree. A bear, a wolf, an eagle, and a dolphin. His breath caught in his throat. The carvings were identical to the symbols on Sarah's trench coat. "Look," he said, pointing. "These match your coat." Sarah traced the symbols reverently, her voice barely above a whisper. "They're spirit animals. My elders said they guide and protect those who seek them." The first battle. A low, guttural growl broke the silence. The forest darkened, a bone-chilling energy rippling through the air. A hulking beast emerged from the shadows, its eyes glowing red, its fur matted and streaked with filth. The stench of decay filled the clearing. Behind it, more creatures appeared. Gaunt, twisted figures shrouded in darkness, claws glinting like obsidian blades. Sarah's muscles tensed. "We're surrounded." "Not for long," Ruby quipped. "Demio, it's time to summon your spirit animal." "My what?" Demio's pulse raced. "Just focus," Sarah urged. She inhaled sharply, and in a flash, the grizzly bear returned. Demio hesitated, doubt clouding his mind. But then he closed his eyes and exhaled slowly. A warmth spread through him. A golden glow burst from his forehead, pulsing outward like a heartbeat. His body shifted. In his place stood a mighty stag, its antlers gleaming like polished ivory. Together, the bear and the stag charged. Sarah's razor-sharp claws tore through the shadow creatures, while Demio's antlers impaled the beasts, sending them crumbling into black mist. The creatures hissed and shrieked, but the battle wasn't over.